Stop thinking that trading will make you instantly rich. I've been a victim of it and I know exactly what it feels like, especially when you have nothing or you come from nothing. Your bank account is on zero, you're in the negatives, and all you see is just trading being the only source or the only way out of your current situation. But the mistake that we do is that we believe that trading will instantly make us rich. And just by looking at it, no other profession is able to do what trading is able to do, but already we have unrealistic expectations of the markets. What's going on, guys? It is Obeliso Mutupi, and I'm excited that you're here on my YouTube channel. On today's video, I want us to actually be able to speak a bit more on the 5 mistakes that kept me unprofitable. So I believe that by the end of this video, you'd already know these 5 mistakes and you'd know what are the implementable ways that you can go forward in terms of being able to just avoid these mistakes and most importantly, be able to just trade with ease and trade with the peace of mind. But the first thing that I was able to experience, especially when I started trading, is I believed that within the next 2 days, the next 3 weeks, I will be out of my situation. Because truly speaking, all that I saw was trading would give, everything that I've seen led to trading being able to be that one thing that can make you a millionaire a bit too quick. And just with that, I was caught on the wrong side and I was involved in so many negative things, including being scammed because of obviously I wanted to be able to make a bit more money, like a bit more quicker. But that was a mistake. And truly speaking, you shouldn't even be thinking that way, thinking that trading is going to make you rich. Shouldn't be seeing it that way. And it's very advisable for you to even have a minimum buffer before you can even think about something else. So what do I mean by that is before you can even think about, okay, I'm leaving everything, this is what I'm going to be focusing on in terms of on the trading side of it, you need to at least have some sort of capital that you can always count on, or some sort of capital, even if it's just that minimum amount that you can work with, just so you do not catch yourself on the wrong side. Because truly speaking, when you have this mindset of the market is going to make you rich instantly, you make silly decisions, and on top of that, you are not even able to think proper. I mean, let's look at it. Even doctors, it takes them over 7 years for them to get to where they have to be. Engineers, all professions, it needs time. So why is it exactly that someone comes on trading and hopes that it's all gonna make sense in a week or a few months? It's not really that way. You need to cut down this mentality or the mindset of you thinking that you are going to be able to get instant results or instant success from the markets instead of even giving it some time. So what the minimum buffer will do for you is that it will allow you to be able to trade in peace, and most importantly, you'd be able to just learn and enjoy the process as you are trading. So obviously, guys, if you're finding value from this video, I want you to kindly just hit that like button and as well subscribe to my YouTube channel. But let us move over to the second point. One of the mistakes that I've as well seen is, even I was a victim. By the way, I'm speaking everything from me being a victim or having to experience these mistakes. It's not really having milestones. I remember when I got in trading, the only thing that I had was just wild dreams and big unrealistic goals that I've set, but I never really had milestones. And milestones could be in a set of at least if I could make $100 from the market, if I could make $1,000 from the market, oh, let me now target $5,000 in a payout or in a withdrawal. So not having that basically just made me chase my tail, because truly speaking, if you're just trading, you can catch a nice trade, respect the risk, do whatever that you can do in order to hit those let's say reach a bigger level, and then you closed it. So it was a successful day, profitable trade. But now because of you are seeing someone, or you're seeing other people have made more profits or whatever the case is, and you feel like you could have done more. So now you get back in the markets and then you give away all those profits, and then you end up even blowing your account. So not having a specific milestone for yourself could do damage to you. And how do you go about having a milestone? Let's say, for instance, currently only you know your position. Don't have goals of I need $100,000 in order for me to say trading works. Or no. What you need to rather do is tell yourself that I need to get some sort of achievement or success from the markets that's gonna give me hope, that's gonna have that mentality shift. It's gonna allow me to be able to have hope in the markets and believe a bit more, have faith that it will eventually work out. And that could be something as simple as making $1,000 straight from the markets, pure from the markets. I mean, with me, what actually gave me that mentality shift was years ago when I think it was like 2018, 2019, when we were able to grow an account like from literally £200 to like £3,000, even though on the fifth day, that account, like we lost over 80% of that account. But just that, it gave me a mentality of, wow, this is possible in the markets. I can do this. Imagine if I'm able to cut down the mistakes in order of me to be able to do this consistently. Where would I be? And so on. So just by making those profits, just like that, even though I didn't withdraw all of it, but just by making that, I only took like maybe £1,000. That's what I withdrew. But just seeing that, just having to experience that, it gave me a lot of hope, and it made me really believe in the markets more, because now the only thing I knew that it was possible, I could see it unfolded in front of my eyes, but it was just a more of me doing that consistently. So that's one thing that I can say to you. Most people do not even have milestones, and you could set milestones that are going to be perfect for you. Something as simple as I need $100 in withdrawals, and then I know people that have been trading for over, I've met people that have told me that they've been trading for over 4 years, 5 years, but has never had a single withdrawal. And already with my understanding, because the first thing that I ask is that, but have you made profits from the market? And they'll be like, yeah, I did make profits, but eventually I gave it back. You know how the market was and all that. And in my head, I already understand and I see what type of a person that is in terms of how they are trading in the markets. Is those kinds of people that make profits. They're not satisfied with the profits. They want to make more profits. They don't withdraw, and then obviously they give back that money, and then they fund more. These people that always deposit but they never withdraw. So for me now, I eventually came to a point where I started withdrawing weekly, even if I made like something as simple as $30, whatever that the broker could allow me to withdraw, I was withdrawing it weekly. Why? Because I wanted to instill in my head that money has to be made. I need to pull money, not just seeing numbers in my account going up and down. Some people just want to see blues in their accounts, but they don't really want those blues, or they don't want to see their bank balance grow. So that's something that you need to do. Have milestones. Only you know what types of milestones you need. Don't let it be unrealistic. Just let it be small milestones that are going to give you hope in the markets. So the third mistake that I was able to be involved with, especially that kept me from being profitable, was believing everything that I was seeing online. And that was the biggest mistake that I've done, because truly speaking, guys, at this time and age, it's very easy for people to fake lifestyles. It's very easy for people to maybe pull up with a fake watch or maybe a fake cash. They can even have fake cash. You can buy fake stacks. It's easy for someone to just stand in front of a Lamborghini and say, I bought it, and and all that. It's very easy. So one thing that I've seen is that a lot of people, I remember there was even a person that was like, he was comparing traders, and in my head I even reached out and I was like, how does that even, because that person was basically comparing traders, saying this trader is the best. But when you ask them in terms of what makes you say so, it was more on like, because they have bigger following, because they have this and they have this. And that was just like, the wrong way to see it, because anyway, social media is social media. I've been involved with people that were like, super close, that I've seen them doing things that are misleading, and I just didn't like that. And at the same time, I've also seen people that were profitable. Still, social media, I'm not saying everyone that's posting or doing certain things on social media is misleading. The only thing that I'm saying is that there are those people that are misleading. Just like with any other industry, it's not just trading. Any industry that you can think of, anything out there are people that are always going to try to mislead with just a fake lifestyle. And you need to be able to, look at that. Like, truly speaking, the one thing that you can do is, if you are trying to maybe see someone instead of, like, let's say their lifestyles and stuff, it's okay for you to look at someone's lifestyle for motivation. I like seeing people that are succeeding, that are winning for motivation purposes. That's good, feels good and stuff, but not in a way whereby now you start pressurizing yourself and you start putting yourself in positions whereby you feel like you're not doing enough, and you start comparing yourself to them to a point whereby you even make bad decisions, and then that puts you way behind. There's been instances where I felt like, I've seen them on the internet, and I'd be like, yo, this person is so ahead. I wonder what I'm doing wrong, and 1, 2, 3, and so on. Up until I was given the platform to be around those people, to see them head to head physically, and then I got to see that, oh, most of the things that I was seeing there is not really true, man. It's, in fact, this person is like, they're not really aware of 1, 2, 3. It's like they don't really know the 1, 2, 3. But true speak, when you see them on the internet, they look like they're winning. But when you meet them in person, it looks a bit more different. So the only thing that I want to say to you is, you should not be believing each and every single thing that you're seeing online. Like I did say, it doesn't mean that it's all a scam. The one thing is that you are on your own journey. Just seeing maybe me making $10,000 a month or 10,000 from a single trade, that does nothing for you. It doesn't pay your rent. You don't get money from that. It doesn't do anything to you. So you must not really be focused on what other people are doing, how they're achieving their things, how they're living their money, or how they're spending their money and things like that. We are all in different journeys. It's just a matter of you versus you. So that's the thing that I done. I was like a bit more focused on it up until I realized that, okay, no, let me just put this aside and let me focus on my own journey. And that's when things started to change a bit more for me. Okay, now moving over to the 4th point in terms of the 5 trading mistakes that was able to keep me unprofitable. But just before we move over to the 4th point, one thing that I want us to look into is also being able to understand that we are building one of the biggest trading communities out there. Each and every single thing that I'm learning, I'm able to share it with the members. It's 100% free, no charge. And the only way that you can get access to it is if you hit the very first link that is in the description. You can get your hands to our free community. But just by moving over to the 4th point. So now with the 4th point, it's more on about having to be grateful with where you are right now. I know that obviously it's not nice, it's not easy when you are at rock bottom, or when you are at your lowest, or when you are just in a phase whereby you don't really know if things are going to work out for you, or if you're ever going to be profitable, if you're ever going to get like maybe 10K a month, 100K a month and all those levels. But trust me, it's much more better for you to enjoy the process that you are currently in instead of rushing over to where you want to be. Because even the honest truth is that just by looking at general things, even in life, sometimes we enjoy the chase compared to getting there. Like if you are doing something and your ultimate destiny is here, and you reach that destiny within the next 3 years, 2 years, you reached it quick, what's there now to chase? What's there now to work with? Obviously, you're going to say, yeah, but now I have all the money in the world and I'll be doing this and I'll be doing that. Yeah, that's what you're thinking now, because you are already not there yet. So you think that's what you need in order to, it's like more like someone saying that, for me to be happy, I need a new car, or for me to be happy, I need this. And truth speak, you don't need a new car to be happy. You can be happy now without that new car. And once the new car comes, you'd be able to just appreciate it more. So just by you being grateful with where you are, it teaches you to work with what's currently around you. And just by doing that, you're also able to take in as much as possible, because you won't be in this position anymore. I mean, it feels nice knowing that I'm working towards something, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get there, but the fact that I'm working towards it is what wakes me up in the morning, is what keeps me going. And I just can't wait to see myself getting there. I wonder how life is going to be, how things are going to work out and stuff. But it's not like, I'm in a rush to get there today, because ultimately, me getting there, I have to become a specific person. So I'm learning as I'm getting there. I need to go through certain mistakes, and just by going through those mistakes, that's also time on its own. I need to be wiser, be smarter. And you don't achieve all these things without going through some setbacks. Trust me, bro. God is going to put you in a position only when you are ready to receive. Sometimes we try to get as much money as possible, and we say, no, my problems just need money. And if I give you money, the honest truth is you are still going to be having problems, and not even you find out that you even have more bigger problems, like how they say more money, more problems. Find out that you have that because why? Because you were not ready to receive. It's not from God, it's you rushing it. But if it comes from God, He puts you through so many lessons and so many patient moments and so many eye-opening situations that are gonna basically humble you to a point whereby once you do get there, once you do get that money, once you do get that success, you've become someone that now can handle it, and that can work with it, and that can share it, and go through a lot of things like that. So you just have to be grateful with where you are right now, and most importantly, you have to trust the process, trust your progress, and believe in, if God said that this is where you're going to be, just believe in it and work towards it. Don't be impatient. Don't rush with him. He knows what he's doing. You don't know. Don't believe in your own cleverness, but believe more on him. Have faith. So the honest truth is that the absence of what you want will make it all worth it at the end. But now moving over to the fifth point. And the fifth one is very simple, very easy, but most people still do not follow through with this. And I've seen it practically with people that have been close to me. But for me, I was able to, overcome that because I didn't really, get stuck in it. Yes, I was a victim of it, but I was able to overcome it at some point. And that is to learn from your mistakes. The honest truth is that watching someone maybe trading or watching someone making money on the internet, watching just those things, watching someone buying a new Lamborghini, that is not making you a profitable trader. In fact, it's just pulling you back, because as soon as you're done watching that, you're going to get in the markets and you're going to be like, oh no, that guy bought a new Lamborghini last week. You know what? I'm going to increase my lot size because I also want one. And obviously you're going to be way more further behind. That's the difference. You're going to be way more further behind. But if you are able to learn from your mistakes, and learning from your mistakes, it's more on like the more trades that you take in the markets, the better you become, only if you are learning from your mistakes. Because if you've got a systematic approach towards the markets, let's say you've got a trading strategy, you've got all those things, and you're applying that, if you're taking losses, you're seeing how did you take those losses, what cost it, and you're trying to minimize and optimize. And if you're taking wins, you're seeing what caused that win, and you're trying to, get those wins to be as many as possible. What that does is that it puts you ahead, because only you are able to understand your journey. Only you are now gaining that high income skill that no one will ever take away from you. And most importantly, you will never be able to make those mistakes again. Imagine you are 10 years ahead. Let's say now you've got a lot to lose, but you still make the mistakes that you're making 10 years ago. It doesn't make sense. I'd rather for you to take as many mistakes as possible, go through as many lessons as possible, go through as many failures as possible, so that 10 years ahead, you are now in a different position. You are now in a new level whereby the mistakes that you are now learning are way more ahead compared to right now. So the best teacher, truly speaking, would be you versus you. The best teacher would be you really applying the things that you are learning in the markets. Whatever that you're seeing now, these mistakes that I've broken down, taking down notes and then going and then trying to really apply everything that has been given to you, and then trying to see the results that you get. Because the honest truth is, the only time you really see results is if you apply it, and if you keep track of your progress. But if you don't, and you continue trying to see what others are doing, and all that, you'll continuously be in this cycle whereby you're not progressing, but you're moving back, and eventually you are going to quit because you feel like it's not meant for you. But it's not really that. It's just the fact that you were too focused on another person's journey compared to your own journey. That's it from me, guys. Those are the 5 mistakes that kept me from being profitable. But I was able to share those mistakes with you so that you are now able to apply them and start seeing some profitability in the markets. I am Lisba Mutupi, and I'm excited that you did watch this video. Obviously, I did mention that if you are looking into joining a free community of like-minded individuals, the one thing that you can do is to click the link that is below this video, the very first link. I'm excited that you did watch this video up until this very end. It is your boy Lisba Mutupi. Make sure that you like and as well subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you on the next YouTube video.